The sun pours into Molly's room, and she wakes up excited because it's Saturday, school's over, and she can sit downstairs and watch cartoons all morning. She pulls herself out of bed and walks down the stairs. She goes to the kitchen table, and no one is up yet. She looks at the clock and sees that it's 10 a.m., and normally her mum would be awake by now. Wait, she remembers, she doesn't have a mum or a dad. She realizes she's alone, but she's always been alone in this house. She looks up and sees lots of photos all over the walls, but she was the only one in any of them. She knows something isn't right and looks for help. She walks out the door and sees a clean cut, smiling man in his late 30s. His black hair, which is going white around the temples. He has a big pair of glasses and a birthmark in the shape of a 4 on his cheek. He's hammering a sign into the front of her garden, which reads, "Pick the future, pick science, pick Melvin algorithm for mayor."
All I ever wanted was you, but you left me alone inside these empty, broken walls. And I can't see it clearly, but it's obvious. I know that you left me alone inside this empty, broken hall. And now you'll be the reason why my soul is tainted.
Welcome to the Obeinous Isles. The Obeinous Isles is a remote island 50 miles away from the mainland. It's in the middle of the 13 realms. Like a watch, the island ticks between these realms. Each realm contains a land ruled by a different race of creatures. In the middle is a sleepy town 20 years behind the mainland. A small bureaucratic council are the only thing keeping peace between the humans and the monsters. The council are made up of the postman. And this is Marcus, the postman.
Hey everybody, I'm Marcus. I'm the postman. I did a little write-up. I've been professional as up. Look at this. Simon was a pucky, rebellious teenager wanting to change the island for the better. He joined the council, becoming the youngest member. However, after a while, realised that the council didn't stand for change, but just bickering and social standing. Disheartened, he was approached by the local postman, who explained to Simon the island was more than it seemed, and the council just a pawn in a larger game. The postman took Simon under his wing, explaining to him that he was part of the post office, a secret Masonic order that kept the peace between the island residents, both human and supernatural. Being a postman meant finding resolutions and constantly evolving to keep the peace between the 13 magical dimensions, all rotating around the center of the Obeinous Isles. Or at least that was the pitch. After training Simon took over the mantle of the postman, with his mentor walking through a magical door that appeared in the post office, not to be seen again. When the mantle was taken, though, Simon paid a price that was never disclosed. He lost his appearance, thoughts, and free will and became a physical copy of the previous postman. Friends and family forgot who he was, and now only the postman remains doing the duty of the post office. And that's me, Marcus, playing the postman, and underneath in that shell, Simon, screaming as he always does. Good times.
And also we've got James as Willie.
Right, so William Moore, or Willie for short, is the current chosen of the lineage, a line of chosen warriors destined to protect the Obeinous Isles from the immortal Coven of Hags. With the Coven defeated long ago by his great-grandfather, Willie's duties mostly amount to managing the local Woolworths and attempting to keep the mischievous Rob Goblin out of trouble. Yeah, and I'm rich.
Also, I'm rich, baby. Got money for days.
And finally on the council is it's Lewis.
Hello, I'm Callie. I'm playing Lewis, the village vicar, and left at the door of the church with nothing but a name, Lewis Lambert Donadue was raised by the clergy in the light of the Lord. Aware of the Fey realm but convinced they are demonic, Lewis spent most of his life bigoted towards Fey creatures, only in recent years becoming more acceptant of them, even having many gnomes as converts in the church. His holy ways are somewhat corrupted by the eldritch horror which has convinced him is his god. Lewis's morals are also corrupted, willing to lie and cheat if it means more power for the church he serves. He knows the magic of religion and uses these holy powers to speak to and even raise the dead, all in the name of God, of course. And that is me.
Well, and that's the council. And with each episode, we start off with a prophetic dream from our chosen one, Willie. So your dream for this mission is you wake up in a dark room Everything is lit except from a dirty old oven and an old man on a chair that is smoking and scowling at you. He shouts, "Clean the oven! Clean the oven! Clean the oven! Clean the oven!" You start cleaning it and get further and further in until you are completely inside and the door shuts and you are trapped inside there forever.
Oh, God.
Well, this proves us, people, if you're planning on cleaning your house today, don't do it. Leave it to rot. Leave the house dirty.
That doesn't sound good.
Also, the start of each mission, the postman gets a letter from the post office.
I do.
Which is usually a separate thing to what the other group have to do. So your letter says, "Dear Mr. Postman, as you know, in 24 hours, the election for the new mayor begins. We at the post office have our own idea of who should be in charge. We'd quite like you to help them on their campaign. The person would like to win, and the person should win because it would have your help, is Melvin Algorithm."
No problem. I'll get our letter. Dear Post Office, thank you very much for this. My duty is with the Post Office as always, and I'll happily make Malcolm Algorithm.
Melvin Algorithm.
Malvin Algorithm be our new mayor. Happy to serve under him. Happy for the future of the island. All the best. The postman. Seal it up. Give it a little kiss. Mwah, off it goes. Back to the post office.
So we start off. You're not in your normal building today. You're outside. There's a stage set. You can see people starting to gather around. You can see people walking up towards the stage with little podiums on top of them. There's a mayor debate written above it. Each sat in a chair, except from Lewis, who is walking towards the stage. So both of you are sat in a chair, and you're ready to ask questions to the new candidates. So the thing starts. The first candidate comes on, and so you see the line. I'm going to read the line of the people out there for you. So you've got the old mayor. Now, previously there was a mayor used to run the island. Willie got him killed.
Well, a demon killed him. I would say he got himself killed. He summoned a demon and it killed him.
You sort of goaded him to do that, I feel. So
I thought I'd save him, all right?
I'm sorry, T, but that's some revisionist history right there. The Marmon definitely just did it because he wanted to. Willie had really nothing to do with that.
But he brought him back to life. He looks like an empty shell of a person. He looks like a more zombie than human. He sort of stumbles his way up onto the podium, banging into things like a moth into a flame.
I would also say, even when he was alive, he was a bit of a mindless zombie anyway. So,
the next one to come up is a giant wolf. His name is Maurice. He might have had something to do with this whole election starting. So,
slayer of a former mayor.
Then we've got everyone.
We have a local casino still, right?
Yeah, he does own the local casino. He also owns a competitive hat shop. So then you've got everyone's favourite character, the Hessian man.
Is he running for mayor?
Of course he is.
Is he running for mayor? Does he walk onto the stage as well?
He walks onto the stage like he sort of walks all up like he knows he's going to win. Wringing his hands.
As soon as he walks in, I stand up and go, "This is a disgrace," and I sit back down.
You're a disgrace. Fuck you. Now, the Hessian man looks like a scarecrow, but also like a witch. He has a big witch's hat. Sort of looks like a cross between the Wicked Witch of the West and Wurzel Gummidge. That's how the Hessian man looks. Then we have Agnes, that takes the notes at the meetings. She walks up, scowling, up to her podium.
Yes.
Oh, there's a bit of a magical glint comes over the postman. I don't think the postman's not happy she's running, but someone underneath is. It's just like, oh yeah, Agnes would be a great mayor. Amazing.
Then next to come up is Lewis.
Yeah, walk up, stand next to. I didn't realize I was going to have so much competition. I'll be honest. Like, and also Agnes is running, and she was basically the only vote I could count on.
Yeah, not anymore.
Woo, Lewis!
Thank you.
And little person walks up. Little Rob Goblin
Oh, Rob,
gets up. Oh, would you?
you didn't say you're running for mayor.
Oh, I do a lot of things. You're not the boss of me. I do.
I am literally the boss of you.
Well,
Like, you work, I'm your manager, like, and, you know, I'm sort of charged with keeping you on the straight and narrow. I don't know if you're ready for mayor, mate. Like,
Oh, well, we'll let them decide. We'll let them decide.
yeah, sure.
I say.
Sure, whatever. Go ahead.
Next is little frog hopper pops up. Little walking frog hops up.
Yes.
Lord Crinkle Crunkle. He was the mayor of Goblin Town. He was a goblin that got transformed into a frog by the Hessian man.
I would like to think that when Crinkle Crunkle turns up, it's like when Ronda Rousey returned for the Rumble. Like, there was a pop. Like, everyone is like,
The clear favourite, yeah.
like, woo! Crinkle
Standard ovation for
Crunkle!
Crinkle Crunkle, definitely.
He's so excited.
They've got like those clickers, but when it throws, it clicks like a frog. It's like.
I'm accepting the praise on his behalf, assuming it's for me.
How many people were in the audience, by the way?
About 50.
Oh,
It's
wow.
getting more. It's getting more as they're walking up. So people are coming from all over, all different.
Is it a mixture of like humans and goblins and?
Yeah, it's a mixture. Everyone's coming. There's a lot of interest in this election. Next up is Old Man Draggle.
Oh.
The old man comes up, and then finally, our last competitor, Melvin Algorithm.
Woo!
Um,
Yeah!
Silent,
Woo!
except from the postman.
Postman, who's that?
Well, so that's the
who's-
person who's going to win.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Crinkle Crunkle seems pretty popular.
Oh no, he's going to win.
All right. I mean, okay, fair enough. T, can you remind me who Old Man Draggle was?
Yes,
Chinchillas. He has
Chinchillas.
wet chinchillas.
I couldn't remember if it was Chinchillas or Kraken. Was that the same person?
Yeah, he's the one that rose
Yeah,
around.
yeah,
Lend his
yeah,
vote.
okay. Yeah.
he lives down the docks with
Yeah,
wet chinchillas and looks after the Kraken.
Okay, cool.
So
What a rich lore.
The debate begins. It's hosted by you two. You two are going to be asking all the questions. But start as a tradition. They each give a little slogan. So start off with the mayor bangs into his podium and looks at everyone and shouts, "My hair is full of bees!"
Okay.
And he starts trying to sort of like claw the bees out of his brain.
He wasn't a good person, but I do feel bad for him.
You can see bees actually coming out of his ears.
Oh.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh.
Well, at least he's truthful in his statements now. unlike
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, he might be better mayor than he ever was.
For the bees, he's honest. Good politician.
Next up, Maurice. A vote for me is a vote for the prosperity of this island.
Boo! Boo!
Like post-war,
Boo!
like post-war
Boo.
one Germany. I will bring us from the ashes and make us rise like the great eagle or phoenix.
It is a little bit ironic that our resident capitalist Willie is like burying down the capitalist capitalist, who's just like, I'm a demon of greed. I'm all about money, and I want to make people more rich. And Willie's like, shut up! I'm already rich.
Yeah, I don't need your help.
I don't need your trickle down economics.
When you see Maurice, you notice that he has a pendant with a little bottle, and as you look into the bottle, you see that it's like a giant ocean that's a glowing like a glowing, sad ocean.
Okay. Is there anything I recognize from my books or general dimensional stuff?
Nothing you recognise.
But it looks magical of some
It
sort.
looks magical, yes.
What's that? That looks weird.
I actually don't know, Willie, and that, as always, when I don't know something, kind of terrifies me.
All right. Well, we keep an eye on him, man.
He sees the booze going on and the quiet and the crickets, and he takes his little pendant, takes a little sip. He says, I said I will, like a post-war one Germany, I will bring us from the ashes and make us rise like the great eagle. And everyone just starts cheering.
Oh.
What happens to us?
Lewis. Well, I was already cheering before he took a sip, to be honest. He's actually the candidate I would pick, probably, if not myself.
Does this affect us
as well?
Does this affect me, myself and the postman at all?
No, it doesn't affect you two. It doesn't. But you do feel something. You feel something. You do feel a little bit more admiration towards him, but not like everyone else.
Okay, cool.
Postman, nothing. Postman, nothing. You don't really sort of feel anything, but you might feel a little.
I don't know, postman. Like, you know, he might not be the worst one here.
No, I think he is literally one of the worst ones here. Next,
I don't know. He said that the second time. I thought it was a bit.
He took a little sippy. Yeah, I think he took some sippy sip for some brain juice. 2 seconds, and I reach into my cloak, actual cloak now. Oh,
nice.
Reboot cloak. Reach into my cloak, and I'll take out my pocket watch, and I'll flip it open, and I'll do a scan kind of on Maurice and see what's
nothing from the realms. Nothing from the realms.
Nothing from the realms at all. That's real weird. Okay. I'll flip it down and put it down.
Yeah, he's a demon. He's a bit different, isn't he?
I think he's manipulating people, Willie, and that's wrong when other people manipulate people.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
Next up, Hessian man. If I get in, I'll make it Christmas every day. How about that?
Yeah, but it'll be your shitty Christmas. No one wants that.
Your Christmas is actually a reflection of our true nightmares. So your Christmas is a haunting prospect to live day in, day out.
Fuck you all. The Hessian man, he's in charge of Christmas because of the postman. It's his day to shine. So he's a nightmarish.
Mistakes were made.
Like, Agnes gets up. Vote for me and I'll get a small parking at Willie's.
Agnes, your car's by the bins. Can you, like, real quick before this starts?
No.
Can you, like...
No.
Oh, Agnes, fine.
Just move
I'm
your
not
bin.
voting for you, then. I might have voted for you before. I'm not now.
Oh, well, okay, I need your vote. Do I?
Well, you need people's votes, and you're really mean.
No, it's Lewis. It's Lewis's time to shine.
Okay, I want to be up. So, as we know, our town is full of sin, but I am for the marriage of church and state. Once these two things are together, we will prosper. And I also want to look, and I've got some of my choir boys out in the audience, just going person to person saying, like, you know, vote for him or you'll go to hell.
Do you know what choir boy isn't in there, though?
Yeah, was it Jeremy or something?
Jeremy, baby. Jeremy's not there anymore, is he?
Yeah, I lost one.
He's riding around the island on a motorcycle with a leather jacket.
Yeah.
He's lost his way.
I like to think he turns up like while you're on the podium on his motorcycle and jumps off. Comes, sits down, starts booing you.
Liar! Boo!
Quiet, Jeremy.
Yeah. For Lewis, I think I'll do like a polite clap.
Yeah.
Because Lewis is my friend, but I don't agree with anything he's saying. So it's like a polite.
Rob Goblin gets up. Vote for me for a crime-free town. Also, loads of free stuff at Woolies.
Rob,
What?
all you do is crimes.
Yeah, there'd be no laws anymore. So there'd be no more crime.
Can't argue with that, honestly. All right, carry on.
If only the island wasn't 20 years behind and we heard of the purge. And then we haven't heard of the purge, so we don't know what madness is to come.
Crinkle Crunkle gets up now.
Woo!
It's a big round of applause from a lot of goblins in the town as well. A few humans. There's a few humans who's managed to get to see him in a good light. I was mayor of Goblin City for as long as I can remember. I brought peace between the goblins and the humans, and now I would like to take a bigger challenge and bring peace between all the Fae folk and the different beings on this island. I will do whatever it takes to bring peace and happiness to every civilian island. I will die for this island, and if it means just one person would have a slightly better life, and he gets his little sword out and goes to look like he stabbed himself in the heart.
Woo! I'm clapping and screaming.
Rights for everyone! Rights for everyone! Socialism!
Next up, Old Man Draggle. Elect me mayor, and I'll let you stroke my chinchillas.
Oh. Turns the postman's heads a little. He does fucking love those chinchillas. Not gonna lie.
Great chinchillas. And finally, Melvin Algorithm gets up. Some of you may remember me from years ago. I grew up on this island. I know the pain of living here. We are 20 years behind the mainland. We've only just got iPods, for God's sake. Listening to that toad make false promises of making friends with every being that curse you and capture your children. The mainland isn't like us. The mainland doesn't have silly monsters. And if you break your leg, you don't have to pay some wise woman for herbs for her to mumble some nonsense to hope your leg gets better. They have hospitals. If I get in, I'm getting rid of the past. And look into the future. I am taking iPhones, 3G, broadband internet, Netflix. I know you haven't heard of these things, but they are amazing things from the mainland. I can sort this. I started up a business in the mainland, Malgorithm and Technologies. And in one core, I can get this island to the future. And a lot of humans get up and just start applauding. And they're really excited about it.
Postman stands up, starts pumping, looks at Willie and goes, "Come on, Willie."
No, did you not hear what he said?
Oh yeah, iPods.
What about the stuff about the monsters and stuff? Isn't that the opposite of your thing?
He said about getting Netflix. I don't know what that is, but it sounds great.
That sounds great. But that... I did a polite clap. I'm not standing, though.
Right. So, questions. Drill them.
No, cool, no problem. So Postman, I assume there's a little podium for me and Willie, up the
you
front,
get up
right?
and your little podium in the middle of in front of them to ask test questions.
Hello, everyone. First, let me say thank you very much for all coming out for this beautiful democracy that we all have here. And I'm glad that we all have a choice, and there definitely isn't going to be one already predetermined winner. So that's fantastic. I can't wait for democracy to truly ride, because that's what we go on. And firstly, to address the idea of free will and democracy, my first question is for Maurice. Hello, Maurice.
Hello, Postman.
Hello. My first question is, what's that magical brainwashing juice around your neck that you seem to sip and able to manipulate other people in the crowd?
Brainwashing juice? Oh, yes. Oh, well, you see, it's just a bit of vodka, for I am painfully shy. I need it for a little Dutch courage. I'm sorry. I'm just not as strong as other people here, and I just need to have a little sip just to get myself going. But I will break through this, and I will be a strong and firm leader.
I want to give him a look of understanding before undoing my own hip flask and taking a shot.
Okay, so your first question then to you, Maurice, and secondly to everyone afterwards, is how do you feel about the post office and the responsibilities that they have on the island, and how you will continue this to build a relationship between us and you as mayor, as I feel everyone in the audience will agree that the post office has done a lot for human and supernatural relations, and obviously that's something that we would like to see continue.
I personally, I think they do too much. I think they're unregulated. We pay a lot of money to the post office for them to really do very little. I vote post-ick. Post-ick is what I vote for. Brexit is what I'm going to call it, and I vote no. We take ourselves away from this leech on our society, and we fend for ourselves and look to leaders in industry to help them rather than a silly little socialist office.
Cool. I will say that I'm not paid.
They're not paid.
No money
Wow.
kind of going to the post office. But that's fine. What's the reaction to the crowd, T, on that response?
Don't like it very much. A few people like, yeah, fuck them. But
It's always a few.
not great. I said burn down the post office, and then people are yes, fuck them.
Well, that's an issue we got going, Maurice, here is you say your thing the first time and everyone is quite upset about it, and then you take a little sippy sip and then everyone's very happy about it. Like, that doesn't seem like vodka. That seems like cheating.
Saying it confidently. What's the problem? Make you more confident.
Okay, no problem. We'll get back to that. If we start off with the mayor, then the old mayor, what is your relation to the post office?
My head!
Bees is the response. Bees, no problem. That's fine. Okay, and next along.
What do you want me to redo and have the next person to ask a question to? Or
Yeah, so that's the question basically going down the line to everyone.
okay. So we've got next one, Hessian man.
And to you, Hessian man, the same question.
What was the question?
The question was your relation to the post office and how would you like that to continue?
Are you asking all of us what our relationship to the post office is?
Yeah.
Do you not think that maybe there's a world outside your post office?
I'm just saying that the post office is quite an important part of the island, and as an opening question normally goes to each candidate able to address the start of their scenario. That's what I'm saying, Hessian man. But you wouldn't know that because you're an undefined freak. But anyway, continue.
I would say I do, and this is, I actually kind of agree with the Hessian man here. You are just one postman, and it does feel like a lot of questions are very much centered around you rather than the wider islands.
It's one question. I've asked literally a question, and it goes to everyone. Listen, has no one done a debate before? And I turn around, and I look around. It's like,
no, sorry,
this is not unusual. You ask a question, and then each candidate gets to think the question. This is the opening question.
I just don't think the majority of the islands care that much about the post office. And I, for one, wonder who postman's the postman. You are unregulated.
Who does postman the postman?
Really? The council postman's the postman. That's why it's important.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Keeps in check the
what you
postman.
said sounded clever for a second.
If I may say, what I would bring would be the post office can survive.
How about you wait your turn in line? You are answering the question I'm answering, but before it's your turn to answer. So the Hessian man can answer the question, and then you can answer the question, and then we go along. This is debate.
Yeah,
does the audience not agree with this?
Whatever. Just hurry up. Sorry up. Wow. Well, you know me. I'm. Well, they gave me Christmas, so I have no complaints.
All right,
fine.
Next one is Agnes. Well, I personally feel nothing positive or negative to the post office. I'll keep leaving going as they do. I don't give a fuck.
I kind of want to vote for Agnes, even though that isn't the right thing to do. I like Agnes.
Lewis.
I don't know if I have that much to say on it now. No, I can. So the post office does serve a purpose with the Fae, but that is a purpose that could be solved by more church. We have already got many Fae creatures attending my church, and if all of them were to say convert, we wouldn't have a problem whatsoever. I would keep the post office. They would deliver the letters. They are very good at delivering the letters, and they wouldn't have this this totalitarian power over every Fae creature on the islands. I am sorry, Postman. I must confess, as many of you know, me and the Postman are acquaintances. But yeah, who Postman's the Postman?
Who does Postman the Postman? Yeah, that sounds pretty good. This people are like, yeah, you know what?
Immediately, someone's already spray painting that on a wall nearby.
Yeah. They all, I think he's got you out there. Postman.
Rob Goblin comes up and says, well, you know, they did help me out with you lads. I say as long as I can rob them, steal their gear, they can carry on going as they like. And Lord Crinkle Crunkle says, that's why I'm a big fan of the post office. I think they're an ancient tradition. I respect their order. I think that it is something we should keep going. Though I have looked into the history of the post office, and I do think that maybe we should give it a closer inspection than we have before. Old Man Draggle comes up and goes, "Well, I don't care as long as I can have my chinchillas." Then Malcolm Agravum comes up and he says, "I love the post office. I think it's the best thing on this island. I think I can get them plenty of new technology, new gear, and we can really, really sort out the shit on this island." And that's all of the people.
Good, thank you very much, candidates, for being responsive. Except for a couple, but I believe that will be reflected in the audience's remarks. Willie, any questions?
Yes. So my question, and some of you have already touched on this already, is about the sort of cohabitance of this island between humans and fey creatures, gnomes, goblins, pixies, and like. I'd like to hear from all of you what you're planning to do to make sure that fey creatures and humans alike can thrive and move forward going into the future.
So, the mayor's just fallen off the stage and is just like grabbing his head at this point.
Okay, bees still. All right.
Maurice says, yeah, I see no problem to why a troll couldn't give me money.
Oh, for God.
Money, the great equaler.
Hesse man. Yeah, well, you know, I'm not human, so I'd make sure that every non-human are properly looked after.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What about humans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay. Okay. On to the next person.
Wow. Sagnus. Yeah, I don't like him myself.
Which ones? The humans or the non-humans?
None of them really. I did drink casino though, so I don't really care. I just really want the financial gain that is to be mayor, if I'm honest. Lewis.
As you know, I do have many of the non-humans in my flock, and I'm very, very accepting of them these days. I do think it's best that they stay in their own places where possible. But if they wish to join the church, I'm more than happy for them to come visit.
Rob Goblin says, "Wow, as you know, I was a cherished member of the Goblin City. Almost elected mayor, actually.
You tried to overthrow the mayor.
You left an overthrow, same thing. I don't wait around. I just get stuff done.
It was what we described as you tried to orchestrate a JFK scenario.
Yes.
Well, you know, who hasn't? You know, who hasn't? Who up here? Put your hands up here who hasn't tried to orchestrate a JFK scenario to get yourself more power. A few people put their hands up, and some of them put their hand up and sort of put it down a little bit.
Wait, trying to figure out, was that a JFK?
Kriegel Crunkle. Well, you know how I stand. I've already told you this. I'm going to really bring peace between the two groups of humans and the Fae folk and all the other creatures in the island. We're going to thrive. We're going to thrive. As I said before, Old Man Draggle.
Oh, sorry. How are people responding to Crinkle Crunkle on that issue?
The goblins, like half of them are into it. Some of them are a bit like, some of the humans are into it. It's really divisive. It's what that is.
Oh, okay.
Old Man Draggle. Wow. I once had sex with a big sea creature. The Kraken, actually. And I think, if you can have sex with a Kraken, you can accept any monster to have sex with. So, but yes, some more weird penises and vaginas for me. Enjoy. A kraken's penis splits off into 7 curls. Can you imagine the pleasure?
I think we can move on to the next one.
A single tear falls on the postman's face.
Oh my fucking god!
I've ever heard. It was magical.
Melvin Algorithm gets up. Let's get rid of him, won't I? That's what I'm doing. I will get rid of all of the Fae folk, the goblins, the krakens, the trolls, everything. I will wipe them out, clean slate, new world, and like half of the humans are applauding.
Yeah, I'm assuming everyone else isn't happy.
No.
Good, very good.
So the postman starts clapping.
The postman, what for how? He says he's going to give you new technology, and then says he's going to raise your job, basically. Like, your whole thing is keeping us, us and the Fae creatures on the same page and helping us all out, and with a Fae gone. And also, there's not...
Hey, Melvin looks at you, and he says, William! You know, your ancestry, they tried to wipe out the Fae. You know what I need to do. You don't pretend that I'm not doing what your family should have done.
Do not speak of a lineage like you know what the fuck you were talking about.
Oh, I know more than you. I've read many rare books about the lineage.
I'm literally one of a lineage.
Yeah, but what do you know? What do you know? I know more.
I know about my family, about our history, and there's a difference between killing someone who is actively trying to destroy the island as a last resort and just planning to wipe out a group of people.
If I may interject, we've all had thoughts about wiping out all the Fae creatures.
No!
But we don't do it. And I want to know, Melvin Algorithm, I don't think we've seen you around the island. I've certainly not seen you in my church.
I was here as a young boy. I have rights on this island. Also, when I say kill, I necessarily that we could just.
Well, you didn't say kill before. You said wipe out.
Well, do you know how this island works? Do you know why we have these things on this island? Do you know why this happens on this island?
What? Because of realms?
Yes, you postman.
I would appreciate that you don't mansplain to me the dimensional clock of the island. Of course. The island itself is a central plateau, and we have 13 other dimensions that basically tick either time-wise or seasonally around. And once they align with our island, the bond is weaker, allowing creatures to do. Some creatures come through and stay. Some creatures stay in their own plane. But as soon as we're connected, it's an open course to allow free movement and trade between. And that's why we have rules and regulations to protect us and things. By the way, is this still the same in my brain? Because like the postman put new stuff there, right? So in regards of what their mandate is, like, is the mandate what I believe still the mandate, which it is, right?
Keep
Okay.
that, yeah. Well, so I say wipe out. I don't mean get rid of all of them. I mean, look.
You literally said get rid of all of them, didn't you?
You know, well, I can't have more men just off of our plane. You know, because I've sat next to a talking frog. You know, this is not the future. We can use this. There's this energy. There's a special energy on this island that we can use. And really just turn this into a thriving utopia of humans. Obviously, we wouldn't need these other creatures, but we could use that energy, send them back to their planes, and we could build something amazing.
Well, I think that's a wonderful pitch. Thank you very much.
What?
Mr.
Postman, what's going on?
It's fine. We're really...
This is like a plan, right? You're pretending you're agreeing with him and you're gonna pull a clever plan.
Yeah.
He's clearly he's clearly wrong, right? On these, he goes against everything you stand for.
Well, we'll talk about it later, Willie. It's fine. It's okay.
Okay.
Willie, hey, look at me. Do you trust me?
Yeah, I'll trust you.
Right?
Yeah.
Then trust me on this one.
Okay.
Well, if you've heard enough, I need to get back to work. If I'm honest, I'm very busy. I've got a lot of things to do, so I'm going to leave.
Okay, well,
vote for algorithm. Vote for algorithms. I vote for the future. So I bid you a good day.
Okay, well, thank you. This is very, unconventional, but thank you very much, Mr. Algorithm.
He's not even going to stay for the debate. He said one thing and then just left.
He did say we're getting more than iPods though. iPhones, I believe. Sorry, I mean vote for me.
Okay, well, I think that's been some good questions. I think one more question. We'll go for quick fire spot questions to random people. We'll go to Rob. Rob, crime seemed to be part of your main reasons for throwing here. What changes the laws and how will you stop crime on the island?
Oh, there's no laws, no crime.
So you're taking away all laws?
All of them, yeah.
All of them are just going?
All of them, yeah. Yeah, even laws of nature if I can.
Oh, okay, no problem. Thank you for that. Maurice, once again, why do you feel we should have confidence in you when you don't have the confidence to speak without using magical juice to get anything to grow?
Well, because I am the right choice. Yes, it's the right choice. Yes, people applaud.
Oh, no problem. When he sits, I want to reach in and get out my monocle. I want to put it up and see whether there's any magical, sort of threads going from him to anyone else.
All over the place. All over the place. Fred Frenzy is what's going on.
Okay,
I want to ask direct questions to Crinkle Chronicle. So you've heard Melvin Algorithm's slogan, other than the implied genocide, also the he seems to be sweetening that with offers of Netflixes and the iPods and whatever. What do you think the human and fae communities can offer each other so we can thrive going forwards?
It's the same with any different culture or anything. There's a lot you can learn from different people who have different skills and different experiences, and we can share them.
Yeah, exactly. I think like, for example, do you think the possibility of, as we grow stronger together, like merging our human technology with some like fey magics and stuff would be possible in the future?
Well, that's very interesting.
Yeah,
I'll
like
get my goblin scientists on that straight away.
like what's better than going to a wise woman or a hospital? Going to a hospital full of magical wise women, you know?
Oh, I think you're onto something, Claire. Also,
Yeah.
William,
Run with that.
well, we can use magic and we can use science, and we can combine them into a better future.
That sounds like a really good idea. Woo!
People do start clapping, but there are still a group. There's a group.
Yeah,
really angry.
there's always
about
a group, isn't there?
William, speak to me after. That's okay.
Yeah, we'll do.
Catch up.
Rob Goblin, question for you. You mentioned getting rid of all laws. Can I just ask you, do you not think that making it legal to steal from people takes the fun out of stealing from people?
That's what someone who gets stuff stolen from says, isn't it?
I was just curious. I'm not even like. There's no point in asking Rob anything. But
one last question, I feel, to the previous mayor. How do you feel about your previous reign and how the steps and choices you made actually caused economical problems on the island? And do you have an economical plan to help us sort of bring ourselves up from that crash?
Grabs a big boulder next to him, it's about that big, and he smashes his head in, and all these bees come out of his body and make the shape of him. And he says, "Well, I think economics are a very important part of any island. As you know, I had a big thing to do of inviting different people. And I brought Maurice on, who obviously stabbed me in the back, but he did help rebuild the island. And that was my idea. I'd like to take a bit of credit for that."
No problem. Thank you.
so the mayor's just bees now.
The mayor
Like
just
the
bees
previous
now.
mayor's just bees now.
He's become a swarm from Spider-Man. I love it.
Like, oh damn it! I didn't bother asking that mayor anything, so I didn't think he'd be like a threat. but now he's, but now he's a charismatic swarm of bees.
Well, I think that's a good group of quickfire questions. I think we'll leave with finishing statements from each of our candidates and see how they would like to close. Starting with B Mayor.
A vote for me is a vote for B, and a vote for B is a better island. Maurice comes up. Oh, I am not made of bees. I am just made of triumph and hard work and winning. Way!
So when he sips and the threads come out, I want to try to sort of disperse the threads magically of trying to interfere. So I'll try to like throw up a charm blocker, basically.
Yes.
Like I'll get out my chalk and draw on the floor like a parlay to see whether like that can like disrupt the sort of threads coming down.
Yeah. Can you roll? Would it be like a charm? Is it do you reckon a charm for a charm? I reckon a charm for a charm.
Yeah, charm. So even
Charm
like
for
the
a charm.
chalk and stuff, I'll do some trims. I'll basically try to like throw out my positive sort of magical charm energy and see whether I can stop them that way.
I'm gonna say 10.
A 10. Okay, cool. Is this a snap decision?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, cool. So I can't take half on it. That's fine.
How we doing?
13.
Cool. Success. Works really well.
Cool. Yeah, so I do it. I basically like get my hands out and I sort of put up, and you see sort of like from my fingers these sort of magical scissors. Sort of like Phantom S scissors. Like, so actually, no, you know what? my cloak, like actual scissors, like things started coming off, start like chopping in the air, and these magical threads just dissipate and the connection. And then I sort of collect the scissors up and gather them back in my cloak. Would you like to try all the things you're saying again? No, you don't have a unfair advantage of, cheating.
So I think I've set it off.
What's that?
Case dismissed. I set it off.
Case dismissed.
Case dismissed? Okay, no problem.
That's you, man. Wow, better than him, isn't it? What do you reckon? Better of two evils? That's my slogan. Better of two evils.
There's more than two evils here, clearly.
Yeah, but who's going to win? Lewis? Fuck off.
That makes a good point.
Agnes comes up. I'm not going to have weird shit's going to happen with me. Pretty down to earth person, really. So, what do you reckon? I feel I've got that going for me, and
you think there would be stability with Agnes on board?
Closing statement, Lewis.
Yeah. So the church used to be one with the state in the good old days, and that's why they call them the good old days, because they were good days. So if you want to return to good times like you remember, then vote for me. Vote for the church. Vote for God. Vote for salvation from eternal damnation. And I also want to just see if any of my little boys that are in the audience who have been equipped with like posters of hell to show people.
They thumbs up and then they start showing people just. Actually, can you roll a charm? We'll see how that does.
Not great.
You're not having that. If anything, you've lost 3 people who are going to vote for you. That's what's happened. Which is the 3 choir boys showing. Even they're unconvinced by these pictures.
They're too young to.
I would argue that maybe some guys get really angry about what you just said. Start like throwing some shit at you. Pick it up.
I reckon so.
Heathens! I'm just yelling at them.
People reaction worse to Lewis when they are the
genuine evil
the swarm of bees, the demon, and the scarecrow.
To be fair, though, the bees got pretty good economics.
I don't know. The bees aren't worse by far.
The old mayor was corrupt. Don't be fooled by this pack of bees.
It's different though. Bees now.
People are allowed to change, and people are allowed to change into bees.
Things shouldn't change. They should stay as they were 2,000 years ago.
Well, I feel we should move to closing statements. Mr. Crinkle Crunkle, anything you would like to say?
I said all I need to say. I know that I'm a trustworthy person. I know that I would do the best I can. And I just hope I can, in the next 24 hours, convince you of that. Because this villain near me, Melvin Algorithm, would be a travesty on this island, putting technology above sentient life. Even
now, Mr. Crinkle, I would like to interrupt and say that sounds quite slanderous, and we shouldn't.
Postman, I'd like to interrupt and say, "Shut up." He's right.
You can say we're monsters, but we are sentient. You can't deny that.
Fine. I would just like to say, we should be respectful to other people, even if opinions are different. And
he's not even here. He walks away.
Yeah,
he should also. Yeah.
He spouted out some hate speech and then just left.
Well, one person's hate speech is another person's platform, and we need to respect that and how it is, okay?
Oh, I am done with you, Postman. You really upset me. And he sort of storms off, and then old man Draggle gets up. Then he just, lots of weird sex with different animals.
All right, moving on. Thank you. Moving on.
And I believe we can all remember Mr. Algorithm's last statement of bringing futurist technologies to the island and
He's
just
already said
learning.
no.
And just learning about the
you
different-
don't repeat his catchy slogans. He said it. He walked off. That was his decision.
No,
Okay, he doesn't get a closing statement because he fucking left, didn't he?
No, I'm just saying that his closing statement is,
What on
bringing
earth is
future
he talking
technology together and, keeping the realms separating the
You
realms.
heard that, postman?
Segregating. Segregation is important, and we should keep things segregated. And humans, and he said what he said. He said what he said, and there we go. That's it. Good.
You okay there?
Yep, I'm fine.
You seem to be struggling there with your words a little bit,
No,
like you were forcing them.
Yep, no, my words. I believe in my words that I was saying, and definitely what I'm doing. That the postman knows his duty, and the duty knows the postman, and it's very important that we keep to that. And it's fine. It's all good, and there isn't something inside me screaming and pumping and trying to kick out. There's definitely not happening. Right. That's yeah. Good. I think it's very successful all around. Thank you everybody for turning up, and remember, a vote for algorithm is a vote for the a vote for the future. Thank you everybody.
So Twinkle Crunkle comes up to you, Willie, and he says, you understand what a problem he is.
Can we walk away from this a little bit and talk, because
Yes.
postman, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, no problem. I reach into my pocket and I'm going to try to slip in a letter into Willie's pocket. He's got like his big puffer jacket, right, with a little pocket. I want to slip in a letter into his pocket.
Can you do a flight dexterity roll?
Yeah, of course. I can.
I'm gonna give you I'm gonna go for a 7. I'm gonna give you a 7.
7 for this. Okay, cool.
Damn you.
Oh, successful. Got straight in there.
God damn it.
What did I write?
You rolled a 9.
I wrote a 9. Great. Yeah, there's just a letter now in Willie's pocket.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna take like Crinkle aside. Obviously, I don't notice that. I'm like, sorry, but there's something off with the postman, and yeah, I don't know. I think we just need to be a bit. I don't know what's going on, but I'll just prefer we talk in private.
I agree. I used to enjoy the post office, but I have been doing research into it, and there are some stuff we need to look into about them. But yes, so Melvin Algorithm, he would be the death of this island, and we need to make sure that we don't get him in. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Sorry, but really sucks that the postman isn't on our side here, because I'm good at hitting things. I'll tell you what, why don't... Look, Lewis must know he's not winning this election now. Why don't we see if we can get him on side? He must prefer you to algorithm, I would have thought.
You walk over towards Lewis, as you're walking over towards it.
Yeah.
Little girl runs over.
Right.
She comes over to you. She's like, help. I shouldn't exist. I need help.
Whoa.
You can say
Okay,
this
wait.
as well, post me. They're like near you now.
Wait,
Okay.
okay, wait. You got
Take
parents
it.
here, or...?
I do. I did. I think, but now I don't, and I just live in this house by
hey.
myself.
Hey, little one. How's it going? Do you know who I am?
Yes, you're the postman.
I am the postman. Don't worry, it's okay. You look at me, bud. So, explain to me what's going on. Where are your parents to?
They're not existing. I think I
Okay.
can't remember them. I can't remember them.
Hey, that's okay. What's their name? Can you remember their names?
No.
Am I able to hear this as well?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think we
yeah,
moved closer to you.
Do you have no parents? Have you considered maybe a career in the church?
Lewis, now is not the time.
Hey,
That's very
we've got I think she's in trouble. What you said something about you shouldn't exist or something. What were you saying?
I can't remember. I've always been alone. Like I've always been alone, but I remember something about my parents. But no, I can't remember.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry. It's okay. We'll help you. We'll look after you. That's what we do on the asylum. We look after everyone. Oh, yeah. Okay, that is what we do. We look after everyone. And
Yeah.
Where do you live? Where did you appear?
I can take you to my house.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Willie, do you want me to take? What's your name, by the way?
Molly Pebble.
Nice to meet you, Molly Pebble. Does the last name Pebble ring any bells?
You recognise that there's people with that last name on the island, but then it's sort of fading.
Oh, okay. I'll reach in to my cloak and get out a map of the island, and I'll open up and I'll look where the pebbles are. It's like I have like all the addresses down and things like that, of, like where people are.
Yeah, you
And
can see.
okay, great. And what are the names of the parents
I don't remember.
that live there? No, it's on my thing. Does it say who they are?
No, it's just her. Just her. Like it's like
Just her. It's just Molly
Yeah.
Pebble, and that's
Yeah.
it. Oh, I'll put it back in. Okay,
Yeah.
then, Molly. Well, we'll get you to the house, and we'll see whether we can remember anything from there. And I might be able to use some things to do anything. Willie, do you want to stay with Crinkle Crungle, or do you want to come with us and sort this out? I don't mind.
Right, Crinkle Crunkle. I'll be back. All right, we're gonna talk about this. Lewis, what are you doing? You coming with?
Can I want to get a gauge on who looked more popular than me in the crowd's approval. So Algorithm was probably quite popular. Crinkle Crunkle was there, but I can't really sabotage him while he's in front of me. So can I see if I can track Algorithm?
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay.
I'm going to go and investigate this Algorithm fellow.
Okay, so I'm gonna just
Actually, before we go quickly, can I because I was going to do this anyway, pull like Lewis aside with Crinkle Crunkle and sort of just be like, look, obviously you two, you're both running for mayor. I think you can both agree that we don't want this Melvin Algorithm fellow, right?
Correct. As much as I agree with some of his policies, like, yeah.
You've been getting better. Like
I meant with iPods.
Yeah. Oh, iPods, okay.
What do you think I mean?
Okay, anyway. I've got to deal with this situation here. There's something weird going on. Would you two think... I think you two should work together, try and figure out what's going on with this guy, because there's something not right. I also think there's something going on with him and the postman. So postman's agreeing with everything he says, and even stuff that I know he doesn't normally agree with. So
Postman is usually simping for the magical creatures, and he seemed to be agreeing with someone who was very much up for wiping him out. So
yeah,
there's definitely something up here. Crinkle Crunkle, will you come with me?
yes, of course.
Excellent.
All right, cool.
Does he hop on my shoulder? Is it
Your shoulder.
excellent?
Nice. Right, yeah. And then I'm going to go off with the postman. And
Okay. And with that concludes episode 1. Tune in next week to find out whether what Melvin Algorithm's plan might be. If we find that out, what's going on with that weird girl.
Go with the little girl. Why is the man bees? We'll find out next time.
those things just happen, don't they? Sometimes you're bees.